Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Okay. So everybody all good last week. So Vivian, yeah. What you have achieved last week?
What did I achieve? Settle some of my tasks in my job.
Good. Guan Yin, what you have achieved?
I achieve start to ask me to make the appointment.
Cannot hear you, Guan Yin.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Your screen is getting blurred. Your volume is getting low. I know you are using Bluetooth.
Can you hear me?
Can you say something?
Hello.
Say again.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello,
moderately can hear. Okay, good. From the last week, we discussed together, we learned together about the fixed costs, variable costs, semi-variable costs. We also learned together about the contribution margin. We also learned about the break-even point. Break-even point, which means no profit, no loss. Whatever the revenue that you generate is only just ngam to cover the fixed cost and variable costs. And last week, before we end the class, we have 2 classroom exercise, one for Vivian, one for Guan Yin. And today you will have opportunity to share your screen later. And for the first exercise, who is doing first exercise?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. Exercise 1 for Guan Yin, exercise 2 for Vivian. So who want to start first? And you share your screen. First, display the question. No need to worry about right or wrong. And because we are learning together. So share your screen.
Wait.
Yeah, Guan Yin, you go first.
Yeah, hold on.
And Vivian, you get ready your stuff. Hey, Guan Yin, are you showing your screen?
Yeah, can you see?
Cannot. Coming. Okay, before go to this Excel file, let us study together the question given to you last week. Display the question that I passed it to you last week.
how to
Hello.
yeah, hold on, hold on.
From this exercise, and
Yeah,
if you put into the corporate world, if you have a nasty boss in your company, if your company boss will directly tell you in a meeting, saying that, Kuan Yin, you're wasting my time. If you have a nasty boss, so the lesson learned is the next time in your meeting, meeting with your CEO, meeting with your department manager, all the Excel file, all the working file, all the projector, set up, microphone, please get it done before the meeting. Some bosses, they don't have enough time to wait. I'm not sure about Vivian. Do you have this kind of boss before in your company or in your ex-company?
Because I'm just a normal staff lah, so normally the presentation done by manager, so I didn't join any of the
in the
meeting.
future, especially sales or any departmental manager meeting, some of the nasty boss manager, they will just terus terang slap your face. So especially sales, you meet customer, you are not ready for the projector, you are late for the meeting, you are take time to set up all this. The customer, sometimes the purchaser, customer of your company will just, okay, this is a lesson learned. We learn together. I share with you the practical experience, practical observation in the corporate world. So Kuan Yin, please share your screens. Already 7 minutes, you still cannot share the PowerPoint. You still, what happened?
yeah. I inserting the answer into so can.
No need to
view.
worry. Display the PDF file that I already given to you last week. I share the same thing with my staff in the office. When we meet with everybody, when he or she is a presenter, please make sure set up projector, speaker phone. Yeah. Because everybody come in, if you have meeting with 10 person, Vivian, you have meeting with 10 person, and satu orang tunggu you 10 minit. Satu orang 10 minit. 10 person 100 minutes.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes. No, this is okay, good. This is a classroom exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, Vivian, we also take note. We study together. No right, no wrong. As I say, no need to worry about answer right or wrong. The most important thing is to learn together the principle of the business finance. Number one, you see, ABC. Okay, okay, Kuan Yin, you lead. You take the lead to tell us your understanding for this question.
Okay, so this is the first A is to calculate the monthly break-even point in units and in sales dollars. So my understanding is to calculate the monthly break-even point in units. So is we need to, the contribution per margin equals to sales price per unit minus the variable cost per unit. So the contribution margin per unit equals to 25, which is stated here in the sales per unit 25 minus 20 equals to 15.
Correct. Eh? Minus 20?
Yeah.
Huh? 25 minus 20 equal to 15?
Hey, sorry, minus 10. Ayo, my mistake. The 10 is
Okay,
this
10,
less
10.
variable expenses, or you call it cost. Sorry, mistake.
Variable cost.
Okay, so it's
Uh.
minus 10 equals to 15.
Yeah, no need to sorry lah. We are learning together, right? Contribution margin per unit is RM15. Okay, good. Very good.
Okay, so the next break-even point in units equals to fixed expenses or cost divide by contribution margin per unit, break-even points in unit. So the answer is equals. You can see here less fixed expenses or cost is 27,270,000 divide by the contribution margin per unit 15 equals to 18,000 units.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, so the monthly break-even point in units sold is 18,000 units.
So for this company ABC Sdn Bhd, so tiap-tiap bulan 18,000 units. This company must sell. So this bring back to your company. As I say, you are not worried to know formula how to calculate, but you know how to interpret the meaning or not. 18,000 units. How to interpret this 18,000 units?
How to interpret?
Yes, memang you are canggih to know to calculate correctly. Tapi how to interpret? What is the meaning of this 18,000 units?
18,000 unit is monthly break-even point, which is sold.
Okay, good.
The fixed expenses dividing the margin, the contribution margin per unit, then you get the 18,000 units.
No. When I say how to interpret the number, it is not asking you to read the formula. From business perspective, because when you interpret, which means when you communicate. Who is your recipient? Recipient, he or she can be from engineer. He or she can be from chemist. He or she can be a lawyer, right? So not everybody to understand at least 18,000 units. So now, if you are finance director, assuming Kuan Yin, you are finance director, you already beautifully calculated the 18,000 units. Betul, thumbs up. But how do you, as a finance director, communicate to the lawyer, to the procurement manager, to the engineer? So they are not aware of what is this 18,000 unit about. So in layman language is this is the break-even point. You explain that Kuan Yin, you assuming you are finance director, you explain to your department manager or your managing director, this 18,000 unit represents a company every month must sell in 18,000 units in order to achieve no profit, no loss, just ngam. This means that our revenue can recover our variable costs and fixed costs of the company. You explain this way, then the lawyer can faham already. Right? You don't tell the lawyer that break even 18,000 represent the contribution margin per unit and then minus all the fixed cost, blah blah blah. Then the lawyer, example, the lawyer, the engineer become lagi confused. So as we say, as we learned together last 2 weeks, and we made the assumption that you are not required to learn the formula how to calculate, but you need to learn how to apply, how to communicate the business finance to your colleagues, to apply the knowledge. So if the finance manager only cuma very pandai in calculation, tapi he cannot explain to you, Kuan Yin, you are a sales director. You now, and then you can stand up and help him or help her. Hey, Mr. Who and Who, Kuan Yin, as far as my knowledge is concerned, break-even point is blah 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 blah. Then you help your colleagues, right? Many accounting student very pandai to calculate one. Vivian and Kuan Yin, very pandai. Many accounting student are very pandai to calculate, but interpret the meaning a bit challenges. Okay, good. Okay, go down. Question B.
Question B. Okay, so question B is what is the contribution margin and contribution margin ratio at the break-even point? So the break-even point in
Sales value.
dollars.
Okay. Okay, it's still dollar. Okay, correct. So the answer is also correct. 450,000 ringgit in value lah, in dollar. So you take the break-even point, multiply by selling price. So after you explain 18,000 units, the lawyer, the engineer still tak faham. Kuan Yin, so how much we want to sell? How much mean in ringgit? How much we want to sell? So if 18,000 units equivalent to 450,000 ringgit. Okay, go down. Good.
Okay, the third question is how many units would have to be sold each month to earn a minimum target net income of 60,000? So the answer is the unit to be sold equals to the fixed expenses or fixed costs plus the target net income divided by the contribution margin per unit. So this is the answer. 24,000 for each month.
Let me read the question one more time. Question C: how many units have to be sold every month to earn minimum target, minimum income, minimum sales 60,000 ringgit every month? So okay, your answer is fixed expenses plus net income divided by contribution per units. You take the fixed cost. Your fixed cost is 270. Can you check one more times?
Yeah.
No. Your answer. Fixed cost 270,000. Okay. Then you plus the net income, 24,000 units. 24,000 units. Let me press my calculator. I can just cross-check the answer. 24,000 units. Vivian, the answer is right or not?
I think the answer is need to sell 2,000 unit.
Let me check. 24,000 unit kalau in the line 41 multiply by the selling price. Selling price is 25 ringgit. 25 ringgit. So your revenue is 600,000. Not right.
This is not right.
Your Okay, or you got the, okay, you go down further. Let me see. It's 24,000. All units. So your formula is something, let me 270,000 campur the 60,000, then bahagi divided by 1.5, right? In the line 40, Kuan Yin, line
Sorry?
40, line 40, line 40, line 40, line in the row 40. Huh? I think your formula is something. How do you get 24,000 one?
I think it's sorry, it's actually 22,000, not 24.
Never mind. Tell us how to calculate.
Okay, so units per to be sold. The answer here say the minimum target of 60,000 equals to like I said stated here lah, fixed cost plus the target net income. The fixed cost is here. The target net income stated here is 60,000 here.
Okay, okay. Then
So you plus together, divided by 15, you get 22,000.
Okay, you take your calculator, you plus together and divided by 15. What is your answer?
$22,000.
Okay. Okay, change the answer to 22,000. If 22,000, 22,000, let me do a cross check. Correct, Vivian, 22,000. Multiply by selling price. Selling price is your 22,000. The contribution margin per unit is 15, 1.5. 1.5 multiplied by 22,000. You got the contribution margin 330,000, then minus fixed cost 270. Correct? Correct. Then you got the net income. Net income is your net profit, 60,000. You go down again. You in a line 43, you take 22,000 multiplied by 25. So line 44, you take variable cost 2,000. Variable cost is 2,400 units. Also salah. Variable cost not. The unit is number of unit is salah. It's not 2,004.
It should be the
22,000. You change to 22,000. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Multiply by 10 is 220K. Okay, good. And contribution margin is 550 minus 220. 550. No. So 550 minus 220.
It would be 330,000.
330,000, yeah.
330,000.
So your fixed expenses is correct. Okay, 946 correct. Then 947. Yes. Yes. 947. Also net income change to 330. Minus 270. Then your answer is 60,000, not 90,000. Betul lah. Good. So how to interpret? So this question, for example, your Guan Yin, your managing director asks you are a sales director. Your managing director say, hey, Guan Yin, okay, since the finance director explained that break-even point is 18,000 units tiap bulan to break even. So if I want to, I don't care. I don't care about break-even point. I want my company to achieve net profit, net income of 60,000 ringgit. 60,000 units. 60,000 units. So how much I need to sell? How much net sales top line that I need to sales? So if this question you receive, then you can tell your after your calculation, you can advise your managing director to achieve 60,000 net income per month. We are targeting 550,000 ringgit a month. Okay, because your boss set you the target, bottom line targets 60,000 ringgit per month. So you calculate backward to the top line, to the sales. This is a practical example. Your boss may change his mind. Net profit I want 90,000. So how much is our sales? Then you do backward, do the calculation one more time. It can be a multiple scenario lah. Okay, so today you learn one scenario, then you apply. You know how to apply lah. Okay, good. Well done. So, Guan Yin, you now learn how must be able to practice to speak in the normal layman language, normal English to explain the number. Not to read one by one. If you read out line by line, then the audience, the recipient may not be able to understand. So that is the meaning of the business finance. Okay, next, you unshare your screen, Guan Yin, and pass the screen to Vivian. And Guan Yin, when Vivian present, you also need to focus. We learn together. Okay, please unshare your screen, Guan Yin. Okay, good. Yeah, Vivian is open. Okay, on the screen on the right hand side, classroom exercise 2. Okay, exercise 2. Okay. Question A is okay. Question A is, what is the contribution margin ratio? Okay, Vivian. What is contribution margin ratio? Hello, Vivian, you are muted. You need to unmute yourself first.
Sorry. Wait. Okay.
Okay, good.
So so the first question, what is the company contribution margin ratio is for the ABC company is so 60% here. I prepare this table. How to get this 60% is by this contribution margin 300K divided by 500K, then we will get the 60% of the contribution margin 60. Okay.
But then, okay. Explain to the lawyer. What is the contribution margin?
Contribution margin. I also don't know how to explain.
Alamak. Kuan Yin, can you help her?
Sales.
If one of the meeting participants, she is a lawyer, and another one is a civil engineer, construction engineer. So dia tak faham what is the contribution margin.
Can I say sales deduct with variable expenses, then we will get contribution margin? Can we explain like that? No, cannot.
No. Just in this case, you are just reading the formula.
Okay.
Remember, they are lawyer, no? They are not well trained like you, no? Okay, Kuan Yin, macam mana? If you meet your customer, she is a lawyer background. So how to explain the contribution margin 60%?
To explain the contribution margin is this one. Okay, contribution margin is the, let's say 550,000 is the profitable of the company lah, and the sale minus the
No.
the
You
units.
don't the sales minus this minus that. They also putting. Don't read the formula, which means that contribution margin. Okay, listen carefully one more time. Contribution margin. You tell the lawyer that every 1 ringgit we sell. Every 1 ringgit we sell. Our company ABC Sdn Bhd is able to generate contribution margin of 60%. If you say this, do you think he or she can understand? Every 1 ringgit we sell, we are able to generate 60% of the contribution margin. Taking into consideration of the revenue and the variable cost. Okay. Then your lawyer, the director is a lawyer, then he or she sure can understand that, because every 1 ringgit, how much they can generate, company can generate. So it's every 1 ringgit is a 60 cent, no? Now you understand, Kuan Yin? If you are the chef, you're very pandai in cooking. So you explain to the chef. Then the chef or the lawyer now can understand. Now every 1 ringgit we sell, and how much we can generate the contribution margin. So it's a 60%. Okay, good. So if you want, you can write the notes there. Every 1 ringgit. Number 2, B. If the sales per month increased by 25,000 every month, and no change in fixed cost, how much net income will expected to increase? Okay, let me see your calculation. Sales increase every month 25,000, fixed cost no change. Okay.
So the sales increased by 25,000. So from 500,000, we add on the 25,000 sales increase. So it will become 525. So which means that we have increased the sales by selling 1,000 units.
Additional 1,000.
additional 1,000 unit.
Okay, bagus, bagus.
So
Then-
then from the 1,000 unit, we multiply by our cost lah. So it will, the expenses, the variable expenses will be 210 K. So how much would net income expected to be increased is by 15,000. So after selling the 1,000 unit, the net income will be increased on 15,000. So how we get this 15,000 is by the contribution margin deduct by the fixed expenses. So we will get net income 45,000 lah. So just now, the net income before the 1,000 unit is 30,000. So we add the 45,000 deduct by 30,000. So our net income has increased 15,000 after selling 1,000 unit.
Guan Yin, is this correct? You see the question say, can you see my screen? 25,000, right? Can you see the notes? Can you all see my screen?
Can.
I put a circle 25,000, right? So this 25,000 represent additional 1,000 units, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Then your contribution margin is 25 ringgit. You minus 10 ringgit. So it's a 15 ringgit. So you take 15 ringgit, multiply by additional increase. Because this is additional, this is a good calculation. Because the question give you don't tell you they just tell you the additional 25 ringgit in absolute value. And then that translate to additional 1,000 units multiplied by 15 ringgit. Then they say no change. Correct? No change. So this one multiplied by this 150,000, and there is no additional cost. So your net income will also increase by
15,000.
15,000. $15K. Okay, what was not right here? This one increased 20,000. This one here. This is the mistake. You should change. This 20K is original 20K, right?
20K. Yes. Yes. The original 20K. Yes.
Can you change? Can you go to your Excel? You change this one to 20 because you already calculate additional 1,000. You change to 21,000.
21,000.
Change this number. Change this number to 21,000. 21,000.
21,000. Okay.
Then this one no change, selling price. So your
selling price no change.
This one, what is the formula? You click here.
Which one?
This one. This one.
This one.
Here.
This one.
What is the
This one
formula?
is the formula.
No, this one.
This one, right?
You click at this line.
Okay.
Oh, no formula one.
No
You
formula.
set the formula. You set the formula equal to this 21,000 multiplied by
I
25
don't know the
ringgit.
formula. Jimmy, I don't know the formula.
You place your calculator equal. You delete this one. Equal.
Wait, equal.
You click at 20. You click at 21,000. Multiply is a star.
Star.
No, not 8 star. No. Equal to
Equal to this, then
star. Then you click at 25 ringgit.
25 ringgit.
Enter.
Enter.
So now your revenue changed to 525,000. So then this is variable cost, no change. Then you got the variable cost. Can you click here?
Variable cost. Click here.
Click.
Okay.
So what is the formula? Okay, you delete all the number. Equal to this 10 ringgit. Then star multiply by this 21,000 units. 21,000 units. Okay. So then your answer this one. Click equal to this number. Minus this. Enter. So this one 315. You minus. Click this number. This. Then minus this. So now your total, the answer is 45,000. And before, can you page up? Can you page up? You see, up. Before the additional increase. Before the increase, it is 30,000, right? 30,000.
30,000, yes. 30,000.
Now 45,000, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So we have the tambah of additional of 15,000. Because the question asked you how much to increase, how much expected to increase. Then the story is, if our sales increase by 15,000, and then our net income will increase by 15,000. So this is how should you advise.
Jimmy can repeat again how to say if we.
Okay, I repeat one more time. If our sales increase by additional 25,000, our net income will increase by 15,000. 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because you have a strong contribution margin, 60%.
Okay.
Because this is the the 45,000 here. This is the total sales quantity for before and after chain, 21,000. Before the chain was 20,000. After the chain is 21,000. So where is the additional 1,000? Come from here, additional 1,000. Because the 25,000 ringgit equal to additional 1,000 unit. Okay.
Okay. So the
Let me
next,
clear. Okay, next, go
the
down.
next question. So if the company were able to reduce its variable expenses by 1 ringgit per unit, what would be the new monthly break-even point in units and sales dollars? Okay.
Variable cost reduced by 1 ringgit per unit. So,
Okay. So the variable cost is originally 10 ringgit lah. So so if we reduce its variable expenses by 1 ringgit, so which means we will get 9 ringgit for the variable cost per unit. And so the new monthly break-even point in units, how we get is the fixed expenses, 270K divided by contribution margin, 16 ringgit per unit. So we will get 16,875 unit lah. So and for the what would be the new monthly sales dollar? So sales dollar would mean how we get this sales dollar is by fixed expenses, 270K we divided by this margin ratio, contribution margin 64%. So we will get this 421,875. So how to present is just now, Jimmy, you
correct. Kuan Yin, you this one is you say before the variable cost deduction. Look here. Before the variable cost deduction, where it was 10 ringgit. Okay. 10 ringgit. 10 ringgit before the chain. The break-even point is 270 fixed cost divided by 15, 18,000 units. Correct? Kuan Yin?
Yeah, 18,000 unit.
Correct.
The fixed cost divide by 15.
Correct. 18. So before the chain of so it is 18,000 units. So you pay just now. We mean from your answer, how much after the change? Break-even point. Here. Become 16,870. You see how big is the impact. So any improvement in the variable cost, Kuan Yin, for example, you talk to you produce a machine, welding machine. If this happened to your company before the chain, break-even point is 18,000. So you challenge, you ask the production director, Mr. Who and Who, can you improve the variable cost? Not much lah. Okay, 1 ringgit lah. Now we are 10 ringgit. So just improve 1 ringgit only. Slowly. So the break-even point will improve or become lower from 18,000 units become 16,000 units. This is the business finance. Correct. If your break-even point is lower, Guan Yin, and you as a salesman, you can sell, if you sell more than this 18,000, 16,875, which means whatever you sell more, that you can generate profit for your company. Because before the chain, 18,000, 18,000, very hard to sell every month. So you discuss with the production manager. You talk to him, hey brother, can you reduce, improve this 10 ringgit, improve by 1 ringgit. Then you can tell him that, you see, if you improve 1 ringgit only, our company break-even point reduce from 18,000 units to 16,800 units, 16,875 units. This bring the good news to you, you as a salesman, because your salesman is the low break-even point, the lower the better, bukan? Correct not?
Yeah. Sorry? The lower the better.
The break-even point for you to generate profit for the company, the break-even point is the lower the better or the higher the better? From sales perspective point of view.
The lower the better.
Why? Why the lower the better?
Because the lower the sales price, this one how to explain.
Vivian?
Yes.
He said the lower the better. Can you help him? Why the lower the better? Break-even point.
The lower the better.
Sorry?
Why it is the lower the better for the break-even point?
So I think the profit will be higher.
Okay, you see. Okay, I draw a line. Can you see? I draw a line. Let's say this is the 0 sales quantity. So if this is, the line here, this is 18,000, correct? Just now, Guan Yin, you calculate 18,000, right? Before the change. Correct, no? 18,000.
The change, yes, 80,000.
So if your sales volume, 18,000 means, and if your sales volume before this 18,000, your company is making a loss. This is a LOS. This is a loss. Anything above 18,000, this is a profit. Okay. So this line, 18,000, which means no profit, no loss. Correct?
No.
Correct? Can you follow me, Vivian? 18,000. 18,000 here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can.
Okay, we were saying that the 18,000. Wait, why my mouse is not moving? Wait.
Can hear.
So the break-even point 18,000 here, which means any sales quantity, if the sales quantity at 18,000, sales quantity at 18,000, company is making no profit and no loss. All right.
Yes.
If you sell, you sell only 11,000, company is making loss or profit.
11,000 is making loss.
Okay. If you sell 21,000, company is making profit or loss?
Profit.
Profit. Okay, bagus. Now, if the break-even point change to 16,800 here, lebih kurang here, huh? So from you as a salesman, if you sell 17,000, 17, so you're making profit or loss? If the break-even point, huh?
If the break even, then I'm no loss and no profit.
No, if the break-even point is the 16,000 here, 16.
Or 60,000.
16,800. If you sell 17,500, so your company is making profit or loss?
Is making. Hello? Company is making, it's not making, it's losing the profit.
Vivian, can you help him?
I think it's lost, right? Didn't manage to get until 18. Still a loss.
I changed the scenario.
Oh, okay.
The scenario.
Or you mean the scenario is 17K as the break-even point?
The scenario is 16,800 is the break-even point.
Oh, okay. Oh, then the company is making profit.
If you sell, if the break-even point is 16,875 and the sales quantity is 17,500, so you are making the profit, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Which means therefore the break-even points, the lower the better lah.
Oh, I see.
Okay, let me explain to you one more time. Can you unshare, Vivian?
Okay.
I control the screen easier to explain. And then let me share my screen. Wait a minute. And let me share my screen now. Okay. Sales quantity. Zero, unique. This is 0. This is 18,000. Okay. This is a break-even point. Sales quantity between 18 to and anything above 18,000 is a profits. Your break-even point is 18,000 units. Anything below less than 18,000, this is making a loss. LOSS. This is making green color become a profits, correct? So if at this point 8,000 units just ngam, which means no profit, no loss. Agree? All right. Can you follow?
Yeah,
Yes.
can follow.
Another scenario, sales quantity. Another scenario, if the break-even point 16870 from 0 units. So this means from here to here is a loss. Correct? Anything at 16870, correct? Anything above is a
It's a profit.
profit. PROFIT. So you see, Guan Yin, especially you as a salesman, look at the screen. Under this scenario, variable cost is how much just now? 10 ringgit, right?
Yeah.
Under this scenario, production can change to improve by 1 ringgit, which means it change to 9 ringgit, lah. Correct? So I ask you, break-even point, the lower the better, or the lower the higher the better. And you explain, Guan Yin, it is the lower the better, correct?
Yeah.
Then tell me why.
Because the lower see,
Vivian?
because
Can
the
you help?
lower the break-even point and the lower the variable cost can be, so the profit will be more higher lah, based on this scenario.
Which means that over here, to generate under the
To generate
old
more
scenario,
profit,
to
lower
generate
the
more
better.
profit, you must sell above more than 18,000 units, correct?
Correct.
Over here, your sales is anything above 1680875 will generate profits. So break-even point is the lower the better lah for the company. You sell less, ma.
Yeah.
You sell less, you can generate profit, ma. And in over here, you must sell 18,000, then only can get profit. Tapi under this scenario, if you cuma you are salesman, you sell 16,875 units, you can already generate profit for the company. So apa bezanya? 18,000 and 16,800 different is 1,002 units approximately.
Yeah.
So they tell you the reason why break-even point is the lower the better. Anything above sales quantity above ABO all right. All right, I stop share. And we continue. Vivian, any more question from your side?
No.
Okay, good. So now it is your responsibility. Go to refresh your memory and I will continue about the week three, and we stop for 5 minutes. Now it's 11:07. We come back after 5 minutes. Yes. We come back to 11 for a short break or a very short break, bio break or coffee break. 11:15. 15, huh? 11:15. Huh? We come back 11:15 before we start the new topics. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Come back on time. Let me start sharing. Okay. So today we are in the week 3 of the net working capital and some measurement or comparison or indicator how to improve the net working capital. Okay, and again, these are I will explain to you what is net working capital about, from business perspective. Okay, and key assumption, every week we talk the same thing. You are expected to apply. To apply, when I say apply, also know how to interpret the meaning, and how to communicate. But okay, then week 1 we talk about balance sheet. Week 1 we talk about balance sheet. A equal to B plus C. And today we will learn slightly more from business perspective. So every business, big business or small business, we talk about the net working capital. For example, Vivian, your company want to set up a new warehouse in Johor or in Singapore. So the company is having a discussion with you. So the CEO of the company say, hey, so our new warehouse in Johor, how much is our net working capital required? Okay, the CEO asks all the department managers. Another scenario, Kuan Yin, your sales want to build the new factory in Penang. Now you have one factory in KL. So your CEO is considering to build a new factory in Penang. Then one of the important criteria to make sure that company have a sufficient net working capital to sustain, can tahan lama, right? Then, so what is the net capital about? You still remember this one? I think last time, Vivian, you asked me about this movement, addition, and disposal. And then we talk about ABC, right? A is your total current asset. And then this is your non-current asset, which means also known as long-term asset. We got long-term asset. For example, the building, the machinery, the equipment, the office furniture, all those long-term asset, the motor vehicle, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Proton, Prodoa, all these that usually can tahan more than 1 year, then it is classified as non-current asset. And current asset, I still remember explained before that all the asset that can be easily convert into cash within a year. This means that, for example, inventory, you are able to convert, to change the inventory into finished good, and then you sell to your customer. And your customer here can also pay the debt to your company within a year. So I have been mentioning between this and this, a year, 1 year. So anything that can convert into cash within a year, within 12 months, then it is classified as current asset. Anything that can tahan the useful life of the motor vehicle, Mercedes-Benz, Proton, Prodoa, can tahan more than 1 year, then but owned by company, then it is classified as non-current asset. And anything that you utang to your supplier, and required the settlement within a year, then you need to pay the debts to your supplier. So it is a current liability. Anything that you can only settle the liability, contohnya bank loan. You borrow the loan from the bank 500,000. Can you settle? Do you think, or 5 million? Can this be easily settled within a year? Very unlikely, right? So all the bank loan, long-term liability, debenture, bank loan, that can only be settled more than 1 year, then it is a non-current liability. So come back to our topic, net working capital. Net, which means a working capital, the working capital. So working capital refer to, for Kuan Yin case, to build a new factory in Penang. For Vivian case, build a new warehouse in Johor. Or for Kuan Yin case, to build a new production line in Rawang or Kajang. So then this is to measure the liquidity. Liquidity in terms of liquidity for the company. In terms of the ability. Liquidity means do you all understand liquidity? Liquidity is a cash, the cash position of the company. The cash position of the company. And this cash position of the company can settle the short-term liability obligation, can settle, can fulfill. And also, they have sufficient money in the bank to run the operation. And this one is to measure between the, this is obligation, short term, which means less than 1 year. So this is less than 1 year. What is this? Still remember our obligation to settle less than 1 year. So it refers to this or this. Vivian?
Sorry, come again. Oh, I think it's a current liabilities.
Yes, because the first definition is the fulfilling short-term obligation. Here, fulfilling and settle short-term obligation. Obligation is a liability. Short-term, less than 1 year. So this is a current liability. Correct, Vivian? And also have the funds to operate the business, which means have the money in the bank to operate the business, which means that your debtor can settle their utang to your company within a year. So Kuan Yin, for this definition, it refers to current asset or current liability?
Current asset.
Okay, good. So which means that net working capital is a comparison between your for the cash flow position of your company, between current liability and current asset. So now I use Kuan Yin, your example. You want to build a new warehouse, a new factory, new company in Penang. So you need to know what are the short-term liability, what are the short-term or current assets for the new warehouse or new factory in Penang. And also between this and this, because this is liability, the amount that we supposed to pay, because we utang, we supposed to pay. This one is what we own, our property. So the ideal position is between these two is our current asset is more than current liability. Make sense or not? From business perspective, between this and this, example here, 3,000 ringgit. You add up all the current liability, you have 3,000 ringgit. And here, also 3,000 ringgit. Now you add up all the current asset, also 3,000 ringgit. So if this is the same, between this and this the same, what does it mean? Vivian? if your current liability is total add up lah, all the utang liability you add up sekali and give you 3,000 ringgit. And then your current asset, your bank inventory your debtor add up also 3,000 ringgit. What does this mean?
The cash flow only ngam to cover.
That is the right word, ngam, which means bahaya. Correct? If your debtor not pay you on time, or your debtor purposely want to delay the payment to your company is having the difficulty in liquidity. You can, however, can delay the payment to your supplier because your customer may not be able to pay you on time. You can, at the same time, delay the payment to your supplier in order to protect the liquidity of the company. So, Kuan Yin, what if your short-term liability is 3,000 and your fund operation is current asset is only 2,000? So what your company will suffer? Do you understand my question?
Suffering the cash flow, the loss.
Yes, suffering the cash flow, and the consequence is, example, you need to pay the interest or loan to the bank. Example, if you are not able to pay your supplier, the consequence is supplier may not be able to supply the material to you. If this is the case, because you don't pay them, you don't pay your supplier also stop delivery to your company lah. If this is the case, you don't have enough inventory to produce the finished good, then your company, how to sell the finished good to the customer, to your own customer? So you see the business consequence or not? If you have very poor net working capital, and if this amount is much higher than this amount, then the company is in the deep trouble. Let me show you. We talk about current asset compare with current liability. Looks here. You have your supplier, you have your debtor, you have your cash, you have your inventory. In this case, this is just about ngam situation, Vivian. Not much good improvements. You see here 106 at the beginning of the month, then liability 94,000 or 95,000, and at the end of the month, 106 improved to 120, and then liability also increased to 101. So between this and this, lebih kurang, it has the 20,000. Between this to this, it has also around 10,000. Correct? Vivian, correct this one? 106 versus 94 or 95,000. So it is about 10,000 or 11,000. This is on the beginning of the month. So end of the month, improve to the 20,000 net working capital. Kuan Yin, correct? Between this and this, how much is different? Correct, Vivian? It from here, between this and this, only about 10,000 or 11,000 different, right?
Around 12,000.
12,000, okay. And Kuan Yin, this and this?
Around 18,000.
18,000, okay. So from 12,000, improve jadi 18,000. Improve. So this one, this company, ABC Sdn Bhd, net working capital improved in 1 month by 18,000. So, okay. So this means that the net working capital is become stronger in terms of liquidity. In terms of liquidity, company liquidity to what? To pay the current liability, short-term debt, and the fund of the business is improved. Your customer has improved to pay you on time. This is a current asset. And this statement, we say that how good is considered good? Is it current asset must be 1 time or 2 times or 3 times higher than current asset must be higher than the current liability. Of course, we measure current asset, the bigger the better lah. Correct not? Kuan Yin, correct not? Current asset, the amount here is the bigger the better. Correct not? Current asset, is it the bigger the better? This amount?
Yes.
Why? Okay, I give you some tip. You see here. Current asset, you say the bigger the better compared to the current liability. And why? This means that if this is this one, Kuan Yin, you calculate this one is bigger than this one by 18,000. And I say that it is improved. Improve, So if this number change to 200,000, so Kuan Yin, 200,000 compared to 101,000, it is about 95,000, right?
Yes.
90 over 1,000. So which means the company has a very strong net working capital to fulfill the short-term liability, to pay the supplier on time, to pay the gaji of employee on time. No need to worry. We have sufficient cash. We have sufficient cash and cash equivalent in the bank to pay our liability to the supplier. Right? Because this is our property. This is our liability. liability, which mean no good lah. Whatever you utang to the supplier, this is what you have in your pocket. Mestilah, whatever you have in your pocket, the bigger the better lah. Correct not? Because you are able to pay the gaji, able to pay the supplier, able to pay the renter of the warehouse, rental for the office, rental for the photostat machine, and so on and so forth. Okay. So you're in the business. We are always talk about the net working capital. So now from then you are over now. You have some foundation knowledge. What is net working capital about? So when people talk about net working capital, apa dia ni? Now you don't understand. It is a comparison between these two barang, net current asset and current liability. Whether this one is current asset is higher than current liability, ataupun current liability is higher than current asset. So this is the so-called net working capital comparison between these two, current asset and current liability. Of course, you got to know what is a current asset and what is current liability, which you and me study together in the week number 2. Current asset, what are those items? Cash, debtor, inventory. What is the current liability? These are your supplier, your renter for the warehouse, renter for the office building. Okay, you utang your gaji, utang your gaji to the contractor. All this. Okay, so far so good. Now you have a business, some little bit knowledge. Yeah, I'm sure. Trust me. In one fine day, when you will have the discussion. Not to say, although now you don't have this opportunity, you may not have this opportunity to discuss about the net working capital yet with your boss, but in one fine day, I'm sure you talk about the business with your friends, with your buddy, with your colleagues from other department. So you can have a chit chat with them. Hey, Mr. Low, for our company, for example, Kuan Yin, Mr. You ask your colleagues or your superior or your friend in your company, what is our company net working capital? How strong? If your company, example ni, Kuan Yin, example ni, your company, very this on the current asset. Current asset is only 50,000, 50,000. And tapi your short-term liability is 500,000. This one 50,000, 50,000 ringgit. This one is 500,000. Current liability. So if this is the case, happen to your company, ataupun this is the case happen to your supplier, Vivian, your supplier sell you the barang. So if your supplier have this situation, which means that your supplier may not be able to pay you on time, no. If Kuan Yin, this happened to your company, which mean it might means that your company may not be able to pay your gaji on time, no? Because the current asset of your company is 50,000. This current liability of your company is 500,000. So that is a risk. So it's not only for your company. It can also you apply the same knowledge to assess your supplier. For example, in the case of Vivian, you can apply to either you buy from customer, you buy from supplier, or you sell to your customer. So it is the same concept. So this is their obligation, whether or not they are able to settle, how strong is their liquidity to settle their debts. So next time, Vivian, you want to beli barang from the new supplier. I give you the real life example. You want to beli barang from your new supplier. Then you ask the balance sheet lah. You ask the balance sheet then they show you this one Vivian. Ni balance sheet kan, this one right? Then you press the calculator, you calculate the ratio. Is their current asset amount higher than current liability? If this is the 200,000 ringgit total amount and current liability is only 100,000, then which means that your supplier, could have sufficient money to buy their barang, to supply the barang to you. So now I give the tips how to apply the working capital to your career. Then Kuan Yin also again. Kuan Yin, you sell your machine. You sell your machine to your customer. So your boss, Kuan Yin, are you listening, or you keep moving from one place to another place? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm changing places.
Okay. So this apply to you also. You sell the machine to your customer. And then your sales manager asks you, hey, Kuan Yin, can this supplier pay, can this customer pay on time or not? So how do you want to answer? You don't just tembak bulat-bulat. Don't tembak blindly lah. So you can apply the knowledge that you learned today. Hey boss, can we check their net working capital to know the answer whether they can pay or our customer can pay or cannot pay? So you tell, if we are able to know their balance sheet, current asset, and compared to their current liability, that is a good indicator. Good indicator in terms of their cash position. They can pay or cannot pay your company. Okay, Kuan Yin? Yeah, because you, especially you are salesman, you tiap hari, tiap malam, tiap bulan, you go to see new customer. If you sell something, if you sell something, especially your customer come from overseas, come from Indonesia, come from Thailand, if you don't check their net working capital, you keep sell, and you cannot cannot get the money back from them, then you are in trouble. Correct or not? So check first before you sell. And then Vivian case, check first before you buy.
But Jimmy, but we can in my position, I can simply just ask the supplier to provide the balance sheet.
No, I'm not saying you. You can ask you advise your purchasing manager. Because you act on behalf of your company, tak semestinya your company, not only you alone, you can be your purchasing director, ataupun your finance director go to ask from your supplier
Okay.
Then your purchasing director give you a thumbs up. Oh, Vivian, oh, you memang you thank you very much. you teach him or teach her, teach him or teach her how to assess the company working the working capital of the supplier. Because this is important, no. You only don't buy. You satu kali you buy, first month you buy, and third 3 bulan you buy, and then after that, your supplier, who knows, koyak their net working capital. Then the consequence is, you chase the barang, then the supplier say, oh sorry lah, I don't have enough cash to settle my supplier. Can you wait delivery? Another 2 months. Then you say what? Oh, jialat lah. Because you need the barang, we mean you also need the barang urgently to fulfill your company operation, if you
Yeah
have
lah,
only
then-
one, you have
then
only
if like that,
one.
then if like that, how to settle?
How to settle? Then the strategy is what we talk about two source. Barang yang sama get from the two source. Correct, not? Don't trust on one single source. You can one single source. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, but can't see you.
Wait. Okay, let me. Okay.
Okay.
So we talk about the. You ask. Thank you very much. You asked a good practical business scenario. Two source. If the component supplied by the customer is very important to your company, hidup or mati one. You understand? Develop. I'm sure your
Two supplier lah.
one. Two source. Supplier
Okay.
A and supplier B. Maybe 60% from supplier A, 40% from supplier B. Contoh lah. If you depend 100% depend on one supplier, this supplier A bring you to Holland, you memang go to Holland.
But because our company is not big lah, so actually normally they depend on one supplier only. Unless if like those big company like Post Malaysia, CityLink, they got 2 supplier or 3 supplier lah. But for us, very small company, so normally we only got one supplier.
Understood. You are not usually SME, they don't have this practice this dual source. If the based on my experience that I gained from multinational company, if the supplier is very important to my company operation, and because the component that I buy from them, the components or the service I buy from them are very important to my company operation, it is strongly recommended to have two source. Because the important materiality, significance of this component or services to my company. If this component is not released, delivery is not received on time, always the consequence is that will jeopardize, merosakkan, damage my company operation. So this is a high risk. So usually the action plan is must have at least two source. If the component is less important, kacang putih is a component or kacang putih services, then usually people have one source.
Okay, understand. Thanks, Jimmy.
So now I give you a tip how to use, how to apply, how to use this net working capital theory in your business.
So and then we just now we talked about the sales, customer. Customer don't salesman, keep selling, sell, and then your debtor unable to, your customer not able to pay you on time. Right? You also again you go to Holland. Okay, then you as a salesman, Guan Yin, because before you sell to this customer in the Thailand, Philippines, your company don't perform this net working capital check. You sell. You think easy? Tiap-tiap hari you can take flight to Philippines to collect the debt. Mana boleh? You're so far away from Philippines, is so far away from Malaysia. Not unlike the local customer in Penang, in Perlis, you can drive the car, go to their factory, go to their so now how to use this net working capital? Okay, in your job. Okay. Ideally, current asset is 1 time higher than current liability. Ideally, which means when you do the checking, current asset is 1 time higher than current liability. Here, if the current liability of your customer, Guan Yin, is only 100,000, their your customer current asset ideally tak semestinya is 200,000. So 200,000 is 1 time higher than is 1 time mean double lah, double of the current liability. So that is to protect, to protect your company benefits. If not, your customer in Philippines don't have enough cash to pay you. So macam mana? You just buta sell only, sell, and you cannot collect the money back from customer. Then this is a big loss, no? Big loss to the company, no? You don't, Okay, ideally, okay, we say ideally, ideally is current asset 2 kali ganda of current liability. If current liability is 100,000, current asset is times 2 lah, 200,000. Then you feel comfortable, no? You feel confident, no? Vivian, you feel confident to deal with the supplier. You have less time, less time for the supplier bring you to Holland. Okay. Okay. Now you learn this today. You learn this. Two of you. Then tomorrow you go back to the office. You talk to your colleagues. Hey, Mr. I learned something new over the weekend. Whether supplier can pay us or I can deliver the barang on time or not. I don't know how strong is their net working capital. Then you open up this discussion. Same go to Guan Yin. You talk to your sales manager, sales colleagues. Or you pick one for Guan Yin case. You choose one customer. Okay. Okay, Guan Yin and Vivian.
Okay.
The most important thing is to make the learning related to your job. Then you can paham and you can apply this knowledge that you learned today. Okay. Net working capital. Nah, we see compare current asset, compare current liability. Current asset, if you have 200,000 ringgit. Current liability, if you have 150,000 ringgit. So yang baki ya, the remaining balance is net working capital. Okay. Then we talk about cash flow, right? Still remember, Vivian? We talk about cash flow. So we talk about the ability of your customer, example Korean case, to generate cash. Net working capital. We talk about this. These are the, you don't need to learn how to prepare. Your finance manager know how to prepare. Okay. Then the finance manager show you this one. Kuan Yin, okay, please come. I have this your customer. The other day, Kuan Yin, the finance manager tell you. You ask the finance manager. Our customer, this Atong Sdn Bhd, Atong Sdn Bhd. Atong Sdn Bhd. Their payment no good. Then the finance manager go to Google, search for their balance sheet, and then finance manager prepare this net working capital for your customer, Atong Sdn Bhd. And then he prepare, not you prepare. Then he show you this. Then what is this about? All this number. You say, so many number. How to? Then what are the key point? We talk the key point. Okay, for that. So when you see this, what is the key point? What is this? This is actual month for the month of for 1 month May or June this year. This is a 12 month. Last year, I don't know. Last month if this is June, last month is May So then you see the difference, and you see different in absolute value, different in percentage. So you can see if 1 month tak cukup, you ask for the finance manager. 1 month, brother, 1 month tak cukup lah. I want to see more months of this Atong Sdn Bhd, our customer. Then 1 month tak cukup. Then you see ni, January, February, March, April, dong. So you see extend the number of months. So then you are able to see, this Atong Sdn Bhd. Their sales are 700 over 1,000. Last month 747. This one improved. Okay, okay. Then their NWC, net working capital, equal to all the below A and B lah. A is the operation from the cash generated from the operation. This is some non-operation net working capital, the interest lah, all these are dividend okay. So you see A plus B. You see here, 16. This month, you see your customer, Atong Sdn Bhd. This month only 163. Last month 169. Then you see this position, net working capital, you start to say jialat already. See how? Because why? Because the net impact become kurang. The net which mean the current asset tolak the current liability. Last month, current asset tolak the current liability is 169. but this one ikan kurang 163 only. Oh yo, no wonder lah your customer Atong Sendiri cannot pay you on time. If you say 1 month tak cukup, you talk to your finance manager. Hey brother, tak cukup lah 1 month. Cannot see their real performance then you ask him or her to prepare. You see net working capital here. This one you see the top one enough. You see the month by month. Ini January 133, 136, 139, 142. Improve. What happened? August to September, what happened? Aduh, cialat ni. Saya. 169. Then 169. Become 163. Ayo. Then you start to worry. So if this Atong Sendiri Berhad, Kuan Yin, this is your customer, I'm sure you receive a call from a sales manager. The sales manager say, Kuan Yin, I don't care, by hook, by crooks, mati or mati, you better go to Atong Sendiri Berhad now. You want to collect the money back from them, from customer. Then you have the pressure. Okay. Because Kuan Yin, collection from customer is the responsibility for the salesman. You are not only responsible for sales. You must responsible to what? Collect the money. Remember this one. You are still new in the corporate. Now maybe you don't have any other customer, but in the future you will have more customers. Not only Atong Sendiri Berhad, Cik Lat Sendiri Berhad, Apeng Sendiri Berhad, you will have more. So you meet them, this customer, you meet them what? One of the purpose is to sell. But also your responsibility to collect money. If the customer are not able to pay you on time, so quickly call the finance manager. Can you find out from their net working capital? Because net working capital is very good tool, very good method to check or to investigate their cash position of your customer. Ataupun for Vivian case, cash position of your supplier. So now today you learn, then from now on you know how to pakai, how to use, how to apply the knowledge. Okay, Kuan Yin? Interesting. Very interesting net working capital, and because it is useful to all the businesses, whether you are in the factory, whether you are in the service, in the logistic, transportation, hospital, whatever. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Any question to ask me? Interesting, I try to relate this net working capital to your career, to your job, then you can absorb and apply. Okay, Kuan Yin, come. Any question?
No.
No, okay, Vivian, any other question that you can you may think of to relate to your job?
So far, no lah.
Okay, but two of you understand, how this can be a helpful or useful tool to your company, especially Kuan Yin, your sales.
Sure.
So because you deal with the customer every day, every month, every week, you got to know their okay. Then okay. We talk about we talk about this in the balance sheet, okay. Let's say Vivian, you are purchasing, you purchase the inventory, and then I am the operation, operation. Guan Yin is a salesman, so three of us work in the same company. Listen carefully, three of us work in the same company. I'm the operation manager. Vivian, you are purchasing manager, and Guan Yin is a sales manager. So Vivian, you beli barang, you come in inventory, and then you keep in the warehouse. Correct not, Vivian?
Yeah, correct.
Then you Guan Yin job is get the order from customer, right? Then my job is I take the raw material from Vivian. I process, machine, process. I produce the finished good to Guan Yin to sell. You see the cycle? You see the cycle? Guan Yin and Vivian? Guan Yin, can you follow the cycle
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, can.
So now, when the inventory come to the warehouse, now when Vivian buy the inventory raw material from the supplier, from police, or Vivian can also buy the raw material from Canada, USA. So from domestic easy lah. Take only a few days to reach the Vivian warehouse, right? From if you buy barang from USA, Canada, the barang can only be received after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, am I right? Let's say 2 weeks, 14 days on the ship, reach the warehouse. And supplier from US, listen carefully, send the barang to you from, example, 1st of July lah. 1st of July. Take 14 days to reach the warehouse. Supplier from USA also expect Vivian. You pay the supplier from the moment the barang is shipped out from USA. Let's say the payment term, you understand, you are purchasing, is a 60 day. So 1st July, barang itu ship. After 60 days, 1st April, supplier expect you to pay. Correct, not?
Correct.
But 2 weeks from US to the warehouse, I, as a production manager, I need another 4 weeks to process the inventory and make the finished goods. And keep in the warehouse. Guan Yin got a customer from where? India. overseas. Malaysia ship to India, ship to India and required 3 weeks. Okay, yeah. Now I give you a little bit cycle. Okay, looks. Okay. Here. Inventory. I produce the inventory. I produce the inventory, finished goods, and sell to customer in India. Again, your customer in India. Customer don't pay us on time. No. Customer don't pay immediately. Customer pay your company after 90 days. 90, which means 3 bulan. Pay you cash. The cash need to pay Vivian supplier daripada USA in 2 months. 2 months means 8 weeks lah. This one customer pay us 3 weeks. We pay customer, we pay supplier 2 weeks. No, sorry. Customer pay your company 3 months. 3 months. So Guan Yin negotiate with the customer from India 3 months. Vivian negotiate with the supplier, pay them 2 months. I need another 1 month, 4 weeks to process the inventory. You see the cycle? So it can be number of months, it can be number of days, it can be number of weeks. So, but I want you to have the so-called a cycle, the cycle concept first. Okay? Very ngam na, 3 of us working in the same company. So Vivian is a purchaser, so I am the production, Guan Yin is the salesman, right? So now you see, okay, it can be number of days. If number of months, you just convert to number of days lah, easy lah. So okay, what is this about? Cash conversion cycle. We have 3 indicators, 3 methods to measure. 3 methods to measure. 1, number of days required, number of days to change from the raw material to finished goods. That's me lah. I'm production manager I told you I need the 4 weeks atau 1 bulan atau 30 hari. Correct? I need 30 days to produce the finished goods. Customer in Guan Yin, you discuss with the customer pay us 90 days. 90 hari. Vivian, you discuss with the supplier, you pay supplier 60 days. 60 days. You follow? I think Vivian, you can follow because you have been working. Guan Yin, you follow the cycle?
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. So these are the number of days. DIO. DIO stands for Day Inventory Outstanding. Which means number of days the inventory sit in the warehouse. To convert to convert from raw material into finished goods. So it's a 30 day. Day sales outstanding, which means sales sales is a customer is a sales so Kuan Yin negotiate with the customer. Customer pay pay company is after 90 days, 90 hari. Payable is a supplier. So Vivian you negotiate with the supplier to pay after 60 days. So all this a number of days you campur, you tolak, that give you a rough idea how strong is the your cash conversion cycle. Convert. The word convert from raw material into finished good from here. Inilah from conversion. Present tense is convert from raw material you convert to finished good. Finished good you sell to the customer. Customer you pay you into your bank, and how much you pay from the bank pay to the supplier, and then the supplier originally send you the raw material kan. So this is what it means for conversion in the perspective of cycle. So here, this one, in fact, you no need to know the formula, but just to enhance your understanding. Tapi you need to know, to apply, to know and to apply. DIO, day inventory of day inventory. So it's a number of days required to change from the raw material into the finished goods. To convert the raw material into the finished goods. So which means the number of days required the raw material sitting in the warehouse before you sell. Correct? I mentioned just now 30 days, which means it counts from the moment I receive, it counts until the finished good is shipped out from my warehouse. I repeat, it started the number of days here. The number of days here started from I receive from supplier. Here. The moment I receive from supplier, and then it sit in the warehouse and process from time within our company until this moment ship out to the customer. This is what it meant for day inventory. The number of days. So making simple, I just required 30 days. 30 hari. Sales the customer pay to pay you lah. Ataupun Kuan Yin, you are company, your company, how long your company can collect the debt from customer? Collect. The keyword is collect. Number of days, collect. And then just now the keyword is to turn inventory into sales condition. And then the keyword for this DPO is company to pay supplier. Within here, you company, your company to pay who? Pay supplier. There is a keyword. So that DPO, the term is DPO. So among the see here, we putting together. We say so the finance. Kuan Yin, you call the finance manager. Hey brother, not only net working capital, can you tell me their cash conversion cycle? Cash conversion cycle of our of this customer, Atong and Neighborhood. Okay, then the finance manager show you this information about okay, wait, okay, here. Okay, it is the DIO inventory. Inventory is a current asset, correct? Sale is the debtor. Debtor is also your current asset, correct? Payable is your supplier, supplier is the current liability, so you take these two, current asset and minus the current liability. So this is the number of days, number of days. So the finance director show you this. This is the information about your customer, Atong and Neighborhood. 18 day, 15 day minus 13 day, and give you about 20 days. Then you ask him, hey brother, what is this? How to read? How to interpret? How to interpret? Well, what does it mean? CCC equal to 20 days, lebih kurang. So you ask this question to your finance manager. This one, he or she must interpret, or you also need to learn this company about 20 days to change the cash from the cash to turn the inventory into the cash. Okay, to turn the inventory, sell to the customer pay you cash. So that tell us that the key point. You want to turn into cash or cash. Remember I told you, cash is king. Of course, you want to get the money back from cash, from your customer. So is it the sooner the better or the longer the better to collect the debt from customer?
Sooner. To collect the debt from customer, right? You say. The sooner, of course, the sooner the better.
The sooner the better, which means that your cash conversion cycle is the shorter the better, correct? The shorter the better, no? Because why better? Why better? Because the company is selling the inventory fast and recover the cash from the collect the cash from the from the customer fast, and then also pay the supplier on time, correct? So you if this is the cycle, then usually the net working capital is a strong net working capital. Usually this is the case. Even when you negotiate with the customer, your customer pay you after 6 months. After 6 months, you sell to India. 1st January you sell to India. 1st of June, no, 1st of July, customer only pay you after 6 months. But then Vivian purchased the inventory from the US. Vivian need to pay supplier, right? 3 months only. Oh. Then how? I need 1 month. As I am production, I need 1 month to process and to change from inventory into finished goods. I need 1 month. Vivian need 3 months. So altogether 4 months. Tapi Kuan Yin, you negotiate with the supplier, to the customer pay you 6 months. So how? Kuan Yin. Very soon, the consequence is very soon your company liquidity or net working capital will be in trouble. Will be in trouble. Why in trouble? Vivian, why in trouble?
Why in trouble? Maybe because need to produce that thing. We need money to buy the raw material. So if customer cannot pay us, then maybe the company need to upfront the money first.
Yeah, right. So what explained by Vivian involved 3 different elements. Vivian say we need to buy and pay supplier. Vivian say she need to pay supplier 3 months. Vivian say customer pay us 6 months. Wow, how? You got Kuan Yin. 6 months, which means customer only pay you after 6 months. So before the 6 months, before the maturity of the 6 months, you as a salesman cannot ask the customer to pay you early. Customer will scold you. Customer say you shut down, keep your mouth. Don't chase me, because already agreed between the 2 of you, Kuan Yin and customer, India customer, already agreed. Contract signed 6 months. So next time, before you close the deal, sign the contract with customer, usually check your internal company, how long it pay the supplier. Number of weeks, number of months, number of days you pay your supplier. And for you as a salesman, ideally, negotiate with customer, collect the money back from customer shorter. See the word shorter than purchasing department required to pay the supplier. If Vivian tell you that I need to pay supplier 2 bulan, 60 days. Therefore, you either negotiate with the customer to collect the debt to sign the term and condition, either 30 days or 45 days, because Vivian agreed to the supplier, extend the payment term is 60 days. 60 days. Okay, you got the idea now? Vivian? No, Guan Yin?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you tell me, if Vivian is 45 days, negotiate with supplier to pay supplier 45 days. So you as a salesman for this the new customer in India, what is the best scenario that you can think of to negotiate the payment term with customer? Guan Yin? Hello?
It's 45 days, right? The cash conversion cycle.
45 days for Vivian to pay supplier. I need, for me, I'm production, I need 15 days. 15 hari. Vivian required 45 days to pay supplier.
What is the best payment term? I think the best is 15 days. No.
The answer is
Ah.
it should be ideally shorter than 60 days.
Shorter than 60.
Shorter than 60 days. Do you know why? Why 60 days? Why it must be shorter than 60 days? Or Vivian, can you help him?
Why shorter than 60 days?
Ah.
Because just now my answer is 30 days. Why shorter than 60 days? Because
Because I change the scenario, ma. I change the scenario then. I change the business scenario. I say that you purchaser
okay.
purchaser to pay supplier 45 days. And
And production need 15 days.
And then the answer is it should be
Shorter than
ideally
60.
shorter than 60 days. And then my next question is why it must be shorter than 60 days?
Because maybe some of the like customer or production, maybe suddenly there's something happen, they need more time or what. I also don't know.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. And maybe the customer, I say the word is shorter than 60 days. Shorter. So it can be 45 days, it can be 30 days, it can be 55 days, it can be 50 days. So because you want to collect the money back from customer in order to pay your gaji to the employee, in order to pay the expenses debt to the supplier, example. So you must get the money back first, then only you pay pay the gaji, pay the rental, pay the supplier. Okay? You follow me? Otherwise, this is very important, especially for the salesman. Very important and regularly used in the big company. I'm not sure how big or how small is your company, I'm not sure this is used or not used now in your company. If not, you can, you have the knowledge and it can be used in your future company. Or you can discuss, introduce something to your supervisor, to your manager. This is to improve the company cash flow position. Okay, now I move. You can also make the comparison, compare your company with your competitor from company. Example, Kuan Yin, your company is welding machine. Vivian, your company is logistic company. You compare with your competitor lah. You don't compare with the Dell, Vivian. You don't compare with the Samsung lah. Samsung mana ada logistik? Kuan Yin, your company welding machine. You don't compare with the Apple handphone lah. Nothing to do with you mah. You compare with Kuan Yin, you compare with Apple handphone for what? Not in the same industry. So why then for performance improvement purpose, if you have your competitor, they can do so much better. Why not your company? So compare not only your direct competitor, within your company, you can compare with your number of days versus last month atau versus last year to see the trending, to see the performance up or down. Okay. Here. Example, you see, 1 month usually tak cukup, multiple months. January, February, and here. So this is within your company. CCC, cash conversion cycle, take the 12-month rolling. So all this number in number of days. So you can see 83, 84, 84, 5. No good day. January 83 day, then go up from 85 to 86 day, then 86 day, 86, 87 day. Wow, no good day. December will be 88 day, and then early of the year is be 84 day. So 4 day, 4 day compared to the beginning of the month. Wow, no good, right? So then you can this are the indicator of comparison in number of days to measure the performance of the CCC for your company, right? Like this. Okay. So you can take the 12 month or 8 month hour, right? So this is to give you a feeling, how in the company, that practice the CCC to monitor, to measure within the company. This is within here, within the company compared to the last month's or compared to the last year. Okay, within the company. This is outside your company, your competitor. But select the right competitor. Okay. So far, this is the lesson for week 3. Okay, we discussed together today. Very useful. Useful methods. Useful method. This is the useful methods that commonly used in maybe your company and my company, right? And to you see the application to assess not only your customer and also to assess your supplier, whether supplier can supply the barang to you or not, and how strong is your supplier net working capital. And not only your customer Guan Yen, supplier is Vivian. Okay, good. Any question to ask me?
No.
But I believe Vivian, you should be able to pick up faster, maybe slightly faster. Because you can now use this. Is your company use the you heard before or not for this net working capital, Vivian?
Net working capital, I heard it before, but I don't know what is it about.
Okay.
But CCC, I never heard before lah.
CCC,
Cash conversion cycle, never heard before.
Okay. So something new lah, something new, interesting. Okay. But net working capital, and because net working capital is a very basic one. Net working capital is a very basic one. Only the cash conversion cycle. The cash conversion cycle is something at once. At once and usually used in a big company. But all the SME common they use the net working capital. Guan Yin, your company use this one or not?
This one, I think we
Or you
use
are still new?
we use CCC.
Your company
We
use
use
CCC?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meeting I see something similar like the CCC.
Good. Cash conversion cycle. Okay. So now, if it is being used in your company, now you have a better idea and knowledge what it is about. Then you are able to actively participate in the business meeting discussion. Now, after this class, both of you have the knowledge about net working capital together with the cash conversion cycle. So you are not isolated lah. At least you have, you are not expert. Never mind. You are not expert. Never mind. You are not expert. Never mind. But at least you know something about when your superior or your colleague discuss about net working capital, cash conversion cycle. You know what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, today I learned something about this. What it is about? Okay, no? Right? Okay. All right. So I stop share. So I will share this slide with you, and let's see. Next week is about the. Let me take the slide. Okay. Next week is about the. Okay, before we talk about next week, we talk about this week first. Any question? So, net working capital is about the cash or liquidity position for the company. Remember, cash is king. King is cash. Cash is king. Especially if a company in the trouble of cash, the first person, the first department to receive the pressure from the CEO is who? Vivian?
Sales.
I don't hear you. Can you repeat one more time?
Sales. Sales
Ah.
department.
Okay, my dear friend, Guan Yin. You are still new. I'm not sure about your cash or liquidity position of your company. So don't wait things to happen. Then baru kelam kabut. Then you can proactively raise your hand, discuss with your superior to check. Of course, if you have 2,000 customers, you select those important customer one first. Don't sekali go to check the 2,000 customer. Select those important top 5 customer to check their liquidity position, to check their DSI, day sales, DSO, day sales outstanding. Whether it's in good position or in bad position. Right? So if you need because the CCC is a cycle. You may need to improve the CCC of the company. It required the contribution, help, support from purchasing department. Negotiate with the supplier, increase or extend the payment term, or negotiate with the production manager. Hey, how to reduce the number of days. Correct? How to reduce the number of days. Or purchasing. Instead of to buy from overseas, Canada, can you buy from Malaysia or not? Can you buy from Indonesia or not? Because Indonesia to Malaysia, maybe 2 minggu. USA to Malaysia, 2 bulan. Correct? Maybe we say the CCC is the shorter, the better, man. Come on. Then sales can discuss again with the customer. In India, last time was 6 bulan. How to reduce to 5 months? Okay. And these are the possibility to improve the CCC for the company or net working capital of the company. If you receive your gaji on time every month, that means a good indicator. A good indicator that your company is have a good net working capital. If you work in a company 3 bulan, 4 bulan never pay you gaji, then you know what to do lah. I no need to explain to you lah. Okay, so next week we talk about the okay, we talk about, let me share my screen. You do some Google search about these 2 words. Okay, can you see? you do some. This is about business planning. Can you write down? And also the capital budgeting. Do some Google search about these two words. And then next week we can have a fun learning together. You make sure you do a homework before come to the class next week.
Okay.
Interesting, because I remember last week we talked about the contribution margin, right? We talked about we discussed about break-even point, and then this week we talked about the net working capital. And very useful for purchasing. And all. You see?
If I can master, good lah.
So very useful not only for purchasing but also for the sales. Sales, if your company not you go, then you go back and discuss with your manager lah. Okay, your colleagues net working capital and CCC. Okay, that is it's a good method to check, to measure, to compare the liquidity position of the company. Okay, come, before I forget, I print screen, then we end this class. Put into full screen. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here, let me full screen. Go to Zoom. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, right. Sorry. One more time. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Why I could not? I thought just green screen. Control V. Not able. Strange today. Okay, I'll do another method. 1, 2, 3. Copy. Paste. Okay, done today. We win. Yeah. After this month, let me stop recording.
Okay.